Hey y'all, thank you so much for joining me as I take a quick look at the Bring Back My Bar collection and decide if I want to club things, purchase a few more, or just let them pass me by since they leave January 31st. As a quick reminder, my name is Stacy. I do use mostly 25-watt nap Scentsy Warmers as I am a Scentsy consultant. I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so we can stay in touch. I'm jumping in the deep end first with my 5 immediately knows. Now, I want to tell you up front that I know that I have some fan favorites in here, and I mean no offense if you love one of these bars. I found none of these bars objectionable. Most of my reasoning for not picking any more of these up has to do with what I have currently on hand and my personal preferences. So I'm going to walk quickly through that with you. Now, in the first grouping that you see on the far right, I have Summer Sippin' and Ode to Opulent. And these were both fruity, playful, summer, spring leaning scents. And I am really excited for what's to come in the spring and summer. And I want to have room in my collection to try new things. So because of that, I enjoyed both of these, but I am not bringing any more into my collection. In the center, you see I've excluded a fan favorite, which is Cozy Kitchen. And for me, this is an authentic oatmeal scent, and I understand why people love it. However, for me, when I want to smell oatmeal, I will make the oatmeal rather than melt wax. And I don't enjoy the second day of melting on this. It will go. It is powerful enough. So if you like the fragrance and you like the second day of it, I totally get why people love it. It's just not for me and my personal melting style. The last two over here on the far left are Lily of the Valley and Taj Mahal. And Lily of the Valley is a beautiful lily scent. I really enjoyed it. However, floral scents tend to give me headaches, so I don't want to overstock on this, and I'm going to enjoy what I have, and that will be it. With Taj Mahal, it's going to take me a while to get through what I have left. A single cube in my closed concept living room fills the space, and it filled the space for like 3 days. It's a heavier, perfumey fragrance that, while I don't find it objectionable, it's not something that I'm going to reach for frequently. So I just don't need to stock up on it, and it's not going to be joining my collection. For the remaining scents, I have 3 categories. The first category is scents I want to club. These are scents that I don't want to purchase more of right now, but I do want to have in the future. The second category is scents that I want to stock up on. These are scents that I don't feel like I need to have in my club, but I do want to grab, in most cases, at least one more bar of just to have on hand. And then there are the bars that are in the middle. These are bars that I want to stock up on. Usually I want to get more than one if it's in this category. And I want to have these bars available in my club for future melting. These are more likely to be long-term club bars as well. So I want to start with that category. And this first one is probably not going to be a surprise if you saw my warm reviews. It's Pumpkin Tiramisu. This bar is just so nostalgic for me. It's one of the very first pumpkin bars from Scentsy that I fell in love with many, many, many years ago. And it's a beautiful, in my opinion, pumpkin with sweet brown sugar and a nice soft vanilla cream that makes it palatable and just very warm and homey. So I'm really thrilled to add that to my club and stock up a bit on it before it goes away. Now, the next bar in that category is Cherry Clove Chutney, and this is listed as crushed Bing cherries, clove, and cinnamon. Those scent notes are right up my alley. And one of the things that I really appreciated about this bar was recently when I melted it, I got 2 full days out of my open concept. And rather than the bar turning or changing, into that second and third day, it just lilted off in fragrance. So I feel like it's a forgiving bar that you can leave in, and I appreciate that. The next bar here is Berry Tart, and this is one that I'm having to hold myself back from melting through the stash that I already have. So that is why I knew I wanted to stock up on it and also put it in my club. It's beautiful. It reminds me of a candle that I love that's called Jelly Donut. I've enjoyed it in my open concept, a lot in my office, and also in bedrooms and living rooms, like everywhere. This is a scent that, except for bathrooms, I don't tend to melt gourmand type fragrances in bathrooms, but this is a scent that I just know I'm going to enjoy. This is a bar to me that I think the strongest, most prominent feature is its balance. It is just a beautifully balanced, to my taste, sweet berries with a pastry note. Neither the pastry note nor those sweet berries get lost in the melting, and I think that's remarkable, and I'm excited to have it. To no one's surprise, I have added another gourmand to this section. This is banana nut bread, and it is like one of the first bars that Scentsy made. Now, I was not a person that had a club until a little over a year ago, so I did not have a stockpile of this. And I am enjoying having this in my life again. It's a beautiful banana nut bread fragrance for me. It's not the longest lasting, but in my home, I usually get about a day, which is 15 hours. And it's I like it the best the first 6 hours of the melt, but it's just something delightful and enjoyable that I'm glad to have. Y'all, the most shocking entrance to this category is woolly slippers. I can't believe that it's here. So let's talk about how we got here. If you watched my worm reviews, you know that I think I said that I was going to stock up on it because I like this bar with age on it a lot more than when it's new. And I guess that's still true. However, let me tell you what happened. I have what I call an opens bin, and this is where I put any bar of wax that I don't completely melt through when I first open it. I force myself to melt from my opens bin first before I reach for any new unopened wax. I know it sounds odd, and it does mean that sometimes I'm melting wax that isn't my preference for that day, but it keeps me moving through my wax, and it's really been effective for me. So essentially, one day I force melted woolly slippers, which that's a little bit of a strong word, but it was in my unopened bin. I knew I was going to get one or two more, and I wanted to keep one or two more whole bars and not a partial bar. And I don't know what happened. This was not an aged bar, but it was gorgeous. I loved it. And then other people in my home who came into that space requested woolly slippers in their space, and I did not have any more woolly slippers. So I did decide that I was going to go ahead and stock up on some more like I had planned to, but I'm also adding it to my club. Orange Clove Pomander was another one of my favorites. To me, this is elegant and elevated and crowd pleasing, and it has a light but robust presentation for a spice scent. It's ginger, clove, and vanilla, and it's just a beautiful scent that I know I'm going to enjoy on its own and layering with other fragrances. Now, what am I stocking up on? This first bar, I'm only getting one of, and it's bergamot and solar driftwood. I love driftwood scents. This is another bar that I would classify as elegant. I think the bergamot does give it a sort of cologne vibe, but it's not a rich cologne. It's aromatic and delightful, but I just don't think I need a whole ton of it. So I'm probably just getting one more bar. It'll be nice to have to reach for, and I'm glad to have tried it, but I don't need to have a huge collection of it. Now, this is Posy Peach, and I thought I was getting no more of this, so I'm surprised to see it here. But again, like woolly slippers, I was just getting through my unempties, and I was sitting in my office and I thought, oh my gosh, I would love to melt this with my iced tea candle in the spring. So I'm going to grab, I think, two more of that so that I can have it in my collection for the springtime to melt with iced tea scents. Uzu Dragon is one that I know I am going to enjoy on a hot day. So I do want to have one more of it, but just like Ode to Opulence and Summer Sippin', I'm looking forward to see what Scentsy is going to bring in new fragrances for the summer collection. And the same is true for Sedona Sunset, which is why I'm also going to get just one more bar of this. I do have like a half bar left of Sedona Sunset. It's a great performer. It's a beautiful desert lily scent with vanilla orchid, creamy coconut, and jasmine. It's a bedroom melt for me, so I only need one more bar. The same is also true for Lucky and Love, not the scent notes. The Lucky and Love scent notes are very much, people often describe it as like love spell. And I think that's likely true. It's a bouquet of mandarin, bergamot, and orange with peaches and berries. It's fruity, but it's still, to me, a more perfumey leaning bedroom scent. So I'm only going to be picking up just one more bar of Lucky and Love, and I am going to enjoy and love it. The final category for me here is things that I'm clubbing, and a lot of these are going to be short-term club bars likely for me. One of those is key lime pie. Now, I do miss that this does not have a pie crust note, but I think it's wonderful for mixing. In my review video, I shared a mix that I really loved with this. I have key lime and grapefruit in my club, and I feel like this is a creamier version of key lime and grapefruit. So I'm going to be putting those two head to head over the next few months and deciding which one will stay in my club long term. Thunderstorm to me is a floral, and it is a floral leaning floral. So I do not feel like I want to stock up on this, but I am just going to let maybe one or two more run in my upcoming clubs, and then it will leave my club. It's a beautiful fragrance. I got great performance out of it. It's just I tend not to reach for florals, so I'm excited to have it as an option for the spring and summer, but I don't think that I need to have more than 2 bars of it. Now, this bar I already have stocked up on, which is why it's just over here in that I am adding it to my club. If you saw my haul, you know I fell in love with cranberry spice and I stocked up on it once already at the beginning of January. To my nose, it's just a beautiful balance of the cranberry, ginger, and clove, and it's likely a long-term bar for me. Now, Snuggle Up is back to likely a short-term bar for me. I did enjoy this, and right now I'm loving mixing this in my closed concept living with Berry Bubble Blue from the previous Bring Back My Bar. But this is a bar that to me I don't need a ton of, so I think I'm going to let it run in my club for 1 or 2 rounds just so that I can have 2 bars of it because I'm looking forward to mixing with it and enjoying what I have. Sizzling Coconut is getting a birth just because key lime pie is here and because of my mix. So I really did enjoy mixing in alternate warmers, ginger cookie crunch, key lime pie, and the sizzling coconut. I think it makes a fun summer mix, and I want to have 1 more bar of it. But it is probably just in my club for this 1 round, and then it will be exiting my club. Pixie, however, is going to be a long-term addition. This is a nostalgic scent for me as well. In addition to that, for me, I think it is a unique bedroom melt in that it provides a beautiful balance to richer tones like the teakwood and the vanilla oak. They're smooth and well blended with the heliotrope, mandarin, and pink pepper, and they create just this unique, wonderful, in my opinion, bedroom scent, and I'm glad to have it back in my collection. Now, Simply Cinnamon is one that I thought I was likely to just be mixing with, but I really enjoyed this just as a straight up kitchen melt the other day. And so I do think I want to have it in my club. I don't think it's going to be long term because I do love clove and cinnamon, which is in the catalog. I don't want to have too many of these, but I do just want to have 1 or 2 more over the next couple of clubs. Mandarin Toffee Treat, however, is one that I have already stocked up a bit on. I think it's going to be a long-term club purchase for me. This is a sweet bar, but it's a crowd favorite, and I think I'm going to love it over the summer. I don't know if I would carry this bar year over year, but I am looking forward to having it in the spring and summer months because it does lean a little bit bakery, and yet it's this really fun citrus scent. So I'm excited to grab some more of it, and then we shall see how I melt it over time. Now, similar with Orange Dreamsicle here, I do love Tangerine Creamsicle, which was in the spring and summer catalog last year. We don't know if it's going to carry over. I did pop it in my club, which I'm glad of because I did see that one in the clearance. But I think ultimately, just like key lime pie, I'm going to be putting Orange Dreamsicle head to head with Tangerine Creamsicle, and probably only one of those is going to survive. But this one will be here at least for the next club or 2 as I build up my collection and enjoy these over the spring and summer months. I would love to hear what you're planning to do. Are you planning to club or purchase any of these Bring Back My Bars, or was it a dead round for you? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts in the comments below.